When my wife and I decided to have children, we spent years going through infertility treatments. And I remember praying every night for a call for good news. The pit in my stomach when the phone rang, and the agony when we heard that the treatments hadn't worked. So it wasn't by chance that when we welcomed our daughter into the world, we named her Hope. When Vice President and I talk about freedom, we mean the freedom to make your own healthcare decisions. And for our children to be free to go to school without worrying they'll be shot dead in their classrooms. By the way, as you heard, I was one of the best shots in Congress, but in Minnesota, we believe in the Second Amendment, but we also believe in common sense gun violence laws. Vice President Harris' idea of freedom is a ticket for education to be that ticket to the middle class, not crippling debt. Air that's clean, water that's pure, communities that are safe. A place where we settle our political differences not through violence, but with our votes. And that's what this election's about. What direction will this country go in? He's not going back. Well, Donald Trump would damn sure take us backwards. Let's be clear about that. And don't believe him when he plays dumb. He knows exactly what Project 2025 will do to restrict our freedoms. To rig the economy to help the super rich. If Trump gets a chance to return, he's going to pick up exactly where he left off 4 years ago. Only this time, it will be much, much worse. Raising costs on middle-class family. He will repeal the Affordable Care Act, no doubt about it. He'll gut Social Security and Medicare. And when somebody tells you are, they believe him. He said he'd ban abortion across this country, and he'll do it, whether or not Congress is there or not. Donald Trump's not fighting for you or your family. He never sat at that kitchen table like the one I grew up at, wondering how we were going to pay the bills. He sat at his country club up in Mar-a-Lago, wondering how he can cut taxes for his rich friends. And I got to tell you,
this is the first time that Kamala Harris introduced Tim Walz as her vice president, as her running mate. And she also highlights who Tim Walz is. And he was the National Guard. He was in National Guards, Marine National Guards for 24 years. He was in Congress for 12 years. He was a high school teacher, and he was also a football coach. And he was very successful with everything he does. And Kamala Harris highlighted that, and he get right into the campaigning mode, and he is a fierce speaker. He is funny. He is respectful, and he is get to the point, and he doesn't take any punches. He just goes there and tells it the way it is. And I picked him for a long time because I have been following him. He is funny, and he is, every time he has to interview people who is the interview is always laughing. And like he said, you know, Kamala Harris bring joyful back into politics. So he does. He's funny. He's and they both, you know, gonna be happy together. I mean, happy administration. it's a good situation for the White House. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun.